I'll start recording now.
Okay.
Right. Hi everyone, and welcome to the Participation to Performance podcast. Possibly could change its name, but for now that's what we'll call it. So today I've got Leah on, and I'm going to let Leah introduce herself.
Hiya, so I'm Leah. I'm 25, currently working at Trafford College on the Sport England programme. A bit about myself. I started in sport about four years old, playing football just as a thing. I'm quite sport orientated, so from then started my first football team when I was about 6, no more juniors. Which they are a really good team, to be fair. We used to always win Premier League and stuff like that. Then I got injured. Then I went on to England Rounders, which didn't even know that was a thing. I think I was about 16. Always in like team sports, netball, hockey, rounders, football, participating. Went to college, still again football team. Then went on to university to study secondary physical education and sport coaching. My passion's always been in sport. Always wanted to be a PE teacher. From then on, I landed my first teaching role in a primary school. Loved every minute of it. Any minute to speak. I loved it. However, there was no career development in primary schools. There's literally just PE coordinators. That's it. So then I was looking at different jobs. Then I got into the agency work. So being a PE supervisor, so I deliver as a PE teacher would, really good money. However, I wanted something a bit different. I get bored sometimes, so I wanted a good challenge. So I wanted to move down to Manchester for a number of reasons. Manchester is a brilliant city, love it. And I landed the job of the Sport England as a sport activator. Then, obviously, you working there, Danny.
Mm-hmm. I was going to
go. Took me under your little wing. And then you sadly left me, and then I become the project lead. And then obviously my head's been, I don't know, I'm quite career focused, and I thought, you know what, I want to work for myself. So I work full time there, and I'm just up and running my own business on the little side, hopefully to get quite big, but that's about me.
Okay. Quite a lot of information, and we are actually going to go into that, certain areas of that. So team sports, your college project and your own business, and how it's going to help people get active, because I'm sure everyone who will be watching this, if we do get people watching this, will be they'll want to get active, especially during lockdown, sat in the houses all day. You know, potentially when schools open, you might be working with schools, as we'll get onto later on. So I'm sure that summarises why I've got Leah on, because she's a great addition to participation to performance.
Not as big as yours though.
So we've gone over your sporting background. What I want to do first of all is, obviously, like you say, we worked together at the college, so you took my job. No, before anyone thinks that, I left to run IC.
I didn't take it. I'm not that type of person.
No, when I was interviewing Leah, I knew that I had in the back of my mind that I did want to eventually quit and run my own business, because I was doing it at the side, and long hours doing both PTing, college job PTing, and then training. And I knew Leah was right for the job, clearly. So yeah, that's enough. Your head's going to get dead big now.
It's not going to fit through the door.
I just want to talk about the college project. Obviously I know about it, but people don't want to listen to me. Just briefly, can you tell me about what successes the college project has had, and what was the aim of it? Why did Sport England invest in like the college?
Yeah. So obviously the project is, there's normally a cut-off point from students from secondary school going up to college, which obviously studies have been done. There's many reasons behind it. So us, project lead and the activators, are getting inactive students more active, getting them into a routine, developing their mental, to get them into a routine to actually exercise, and to change the well-being. The success of it is really been really rewarding, especially through health and social care and foundation learning. Some of the success thing is actually from doing a programme, a 6-week programme, and then them coming into enrichment activities, actually coming up to you and saying, when's the gym opening? Are you doing more activities? Also events. So we've been doing quite a lot this year on mass participation. So it'd be like getting the whole department. So we got about 190 students on a walk this year, actually, which was health and social care, and a few other departments were added on as well. And we walked from Altrincham campus over to Stretford for domestic service charity. So they paid £1, we did that, and at the other end there was like sandwiches and fruit, so that was a big success. Students liked it. There's quite a lot of posts on there, and AOC tagged on to that as well.
Okay, so you've got people joining in with that. Briefly,
Yeah.
So you basically said about different subjects there and different departments. Yeah. Just so people who are watching know, and I'm sure there'll be parents or students that'll be watching.
Yeah.
You mentioned about in high school is a drop-off rate. I'm just wondering, what is that drop-off rate? And in college, what departments are less likely to be active?
With the departments, I've noticed art department. For that, I think it's more of how I feel anyway. It's more that they're afraid to get sweaty, actually take part, because they're always on phones and stuff like that. The department as well lack confidence. Some students lack confidence, and I don't know if it's their characteristics being art students, but me, I think they're more creative. So you'd wanna get involved. You want to be creative within sport. Hair and beauty
means that. Sorry, could that potentially mean that with the art students, we've got to, or you have got to think about other things? Have you had to maybe change the exercise sessions around rather than just the gym or football? Have you maybe thought of something, or different classes to get them involved, more creative classes? Have you had to think outside the box with that, or?
Yeah, so it's been hard with that department, and we have pushed and pushed and pushed, and I think it's due to the timetable as well, and tutors, because obviously they've got targets to hit within their academics and stuff like that. We've literally tried everything. What we are going to be starting doing, which it's in our strategy for our 4th year funding, is to look at maybe sport quizzes to start off as an initial process to get them comfortable with us, but also around their topic. So if it's to do with art, and stuff like that, like Zumba and that, we've put that to them. We've thought about not even like exercise or sport. It's we have tried, and it's engagement with tutors and stuff what we're having our issues with. So it's not us, but I think we've done everything what we possibly can to try to tailor it. We have noticed enrichment, me looking down, which enrichment, for you guys who don't know, it's literally like lunchtime sessions which the students can drop in, play a bit of sport. It's just a bit of fun, music's on, and we have noticed quite a few art students popping in to that and actually participating. So in that aspect, I think it's just due to tutors wanting to work on the academics and not actually saying you can have this slot and do this.
So for those that will be watching, when me and Leah worked together, we had to basically go to the tutors and say, can we use some of your lesson time? Which obviously as a tutor, you've got limited amount of time with them students. So it was quite hard. Some of them were more up for it. A lot of the teachers like to get involved as well. And that helped us out a lot, but some were more hesitant towards it. But we found lots of benefits, such as, you know, attendance. Once we got them students involved and they enjoyed it, then they would also want to come to college for the whole day. So if their attendance was lower, they'd actually want to come in because they knew that they were getting to go to the gym and work on other things, such as, you know, whether it's weight loss, whether it's mental health, whether it's just to do something different. And you know, I think you pointed out about the art students, and maybe you know, if the tutors didn't have that buy-in when they could come in their own time, that's why the enrichment's really good. The core programs that we did, we actually worked with the health and social care, hair and beauty. Can you like maybe just give one or two reasons why those departments maybe wouldn't want to get involved, just in case any parents or any students that do hair and beauty, they might be able to relate to them, like certain barriers.
In terms of the hair and beauty, tutors and that are brilliant. Obviously they've got clients in, so it is harder and they have to plan for the full year. So obviously to do with that, it's the public coming in. However, with that, there is a lot of behavioural issues. There's a lot of maybe eating disorders, talking to students, which just before Covid-19 happened, we started a group because I had a tutor come to me saying, I've got these group of girls, the behaviour's all over, I don't know what's up with them, I don't know if it's to do with home life. And obviously I took the group of girls in, there's about 4 of them, and we've actually done two sessions. So the first initial session was just getting to know them, what made them angry, what could we do to control it, but even for the mental health. And we come up with little strategies. So we'd do, instead of an hour's workout, just 15 minutes of boxercise.
Yeah, and boxercise actually worked when I worked with the progress tutors. Progress tutors will work within every college, and then by working with us, we can then say, right, okay, maybe all this built up tension, we can do the boxercise, which is really good and a great way for students to get out that tension. You know, even if it's stress. Yeah. I don't know if you did cover it, I might have missed it. You know, I'm like a douche like this. What is the drop-off age that you found? Because I know you've worked with primary school children, and is it primary school or secondary school? Like,
it's a hard one, because obviously primary schools, if you are active and you've got an active primary school, it does take it into secondary school. Obviously it depends what type of personality you have, because it's hard for me because I've always been brought up in sport, so I just literally fell into it. So from primary to secondary school, I was always in the sport teams. However, if you've not got that in your primary school, then you are going to shy away from it from secondary school. So it depends on what type of student it is. However, if it is a proactive secondary school, which majority of them are, not like in this day and age, so there is a lot of stuff going in. It's normally the drop-off is from secondary school to post-16 to the post-education, to further education. And obviously if you don't go to college, then the drop-off is going to be more, because they're going to be into full-time employment, then lack of time, excuses and stuff like that, and there'll be a more of a decline in people taking part in sports and clubs and exercise.
Okay. I can see that. So with the benefits being obviously a better education because they're going to attend, because we do the incentives such as I can't remember that trampoline place that I used to go, and
Jump Nation, is it
Ninja Warrior, all these different places. So they want to attend, so that at the end of the 6 weeks they can go on these go-karting trips and things. Their education becomes better because they're in classes. The mental health is better, as everyone will know, or hopefully will know. There's many benefits to exercise, mental health, better sleep.
Attainment as well.
Yeah, exactly. Even home life. I remember a student once saying to me how he had this bodyweight circuit and he used to do it every morning. And he was actually inactive before I started working with the motor vehicle class or course. And he then said that he actually used to do it with his mum in the morning. So she then got active, which is a great knock-on effect. I just want to talk about like the different local clubs and opportunities for people, and how colleges often have local clubs getting involved. We had some football clubs getting involved. We had this girl camp project, different things. Just very briefly, because I don't want to spend too long, I'll just talk about how people would get involved with local clubs. If there is someone who, let's just say myself, I used to play football many, many years ago. And as you know, I'm not the best. I'm more of an individual sport.
You're actually getting pretty good now.
I'm all right. I can keep the ball. But let's just say if I've not touched a ball since, let's just say primary school, secondary, Miss Trunchable, the teacher, petrified me. Everyone's had a Miss Trunchable in the class. And I didn't want to join in with sport. I totally get away from it. I join the gym. I do my own thing. But let's just say my friends who didn't like football and the gym, they may be 25, 30 years old now, maybe 40 plus. And they might think, you know what, I fancy giving it a go, kicking a ball, a bit of team sport, work on my confidence, lower my stress levels, improve my sleep. How would they get involved with football? And is it too late if you're above college age? Is it too late to join a club if you're not a pro footballer or netballer? Am I stopping?
You were stuttering, but I think I got the gist of what you was asking. So
was it me on my signal?
I don't know. The answer to it's never too late to get back into sport or anything what you want to get back into. If you're passionate, then go. What I would say, if you've never picked up a ball or anything like that, do not go straight into a team sport. There is different stopping and places what you could do. So there's soccer size. So soccer size is a fitness session based around football. All right. So basically, you're not kicking a ball, you're not booting a ball, you're not doing the skill development. You're exercising, but you're getting comfortable around a ball. So that can be toe taps. It can be doing press ups near a ball. It could be doing sit ups. It can be anything along the lines. And quite a lot of them sessions, because it's tagged around this girl camp, they'll be in your local area. So to find that out, I'd be looking at your council. So there'll be a health and wellbeing officer around, as well the FA, grassroots and stuff like that. There's local finders. So if you went online, you can, and you just literally write it in Google, there'll be a locator finder, so where that activity is based.
So if it wasn't football, it could be rounders, or even just any activity. I'm sure there's sports clubs that will offer a range, and I know with you saying the FA, I've actually been on them, and they've got I think it's play as you go. That's it, and you just turn up, and it's not exactly a team sport in terms of against each other. It's getting people communicating and working on the social skills, and if they then want to develop, they then go on further and join the club. So, and with the soccer size, I've actually been doing one-to-one and group sessions on Zoom, and I actually did soccer size because I've got someone two people who are getting married soon. They so the male one likes football, he plays football, and his fiance doesn't play football, but they enjoyed it. It got them active, it got them doing something different because they've not got much kit at home, and it actually works really well. So soccer side is really fun. You don't have to be a pro at it. No, it's fun to kick a ball or to jump on a ball or press up next to it. Okay, I want to talk about your activity levels during lockdown. So because you do team sports, so for me it's all right. I've got a barbell and I've got 150 kilos worth of weights. I can pick it up and put it down. I'm all right. I'm in my element as an introvert. Tell me about you. You do team sports.
Yeah. To be fair, being in a household what are very active, my brother being a boxer and stuff like that, it's been really good. We've been going out running. I hate running. However, I've been going out running, and then getting to a point doing a minute exercise, a PT by my brother. So just looking at strength and conditioning really, and then even coming back on the bag, a bit of boxing and stuff like that.
But your brother does the boxing, and you can do some boxing drills with him. And
yeah,
in terms of, you said that you don't like running, but you've done it, so you've got out your comfort zone with that, which is great. Yeah. So it is thinking outside the box and maybe doing strength training or body weight exercises with what you do have. One of my clients, actually, she's got a bag, and luckily she's very clever. She's a doctor, so her books are like this. And I've got another one whose husband's a doctor. She's a lawyer, and so again, books are like this. So they just put it in the backpack, and it's quite a few kilos. So there's different ways that you can use your initiative, and you can change things around and make it harder.
Exactly. But even if you're a footballer, like if you're a footballer, you can still work on your skill development and your fitness, your agility, everything like that. If you've not even got cones or anything like that, improvise, get some trainers or whatever, stick them down. Even if you're working on your footwork and stuff like that, just in the meantime, until you can get into the team sport, you're continually in your fitness, your skill development, your muscle memory, because at the end of the day, it's been quite a long period of time, and if you've not picked up a ball, it's not like you're not going to be able to kick the ball, but muscle memory, the type of skills and stuff like that, it might just ease off. So if you keep around near a ball or any sport, just keep going as an individual, just little things.
So you could, like, for example, Wally, something that my neighbours despised me for as a child. You could kick a ball against the wall and aim for
annoy him.
But we can do it because Boris.
However, social distance.
Yeah, but you can
social distance.
Listen, I was great at football when I used to play on my own. So let's just say I'm thinking about parents who maybe parents who are into fitness or want to get into fitness, want to get healthy, see these benefits that we spoke about earlier, and maybe they've got children who, let's just say they've got children who like football or netball or rounders or even just like keeping fit. They could do passing drills, couldn't they? So, and then get the same benefits, improving sleep, lowering anxiety during this time, which is quite it's quite hard for a lot of people, especially if you're a parent.
And it's interactive.
Yeah.
You're interacting with your family. Like sometimes we take it for granted. We don't spend time enough with family. So this could be a benefit of this, like interacting, getting to know your family, what they like kids and your parents. Like they might not know what they enjoy hobby wise and stuff, and they can interact and find stuff about them, do it together and exercise.
If you've got let's just say parents are at home with children, let's just say they like art or some sort of they're just left on the devices, or they might like to play a game at school. I guess it's a great time to, like you say, interact. Not saying that families don't. It can be quite hard if, let's just say, an active parent who normally goes to the gym and their children are normally on the computer, or they might like studying, whatever it is, or doing a certain game. They can actually work together, and maybe maybe the parent can show them what they do in the gym, maybe the child show them what they like. And I guess we can't really speak generally because every household is different.
It's different,
but working together as a household is a great way to improve the activity levels. If you're on your own, like we've said, you can practice footwork, Wally with the ball, You can do body weight exercises, you can go running. So these
Like
are...
yesterday I got my family, we're having competitions outside because I'm quite competitive. With a ball, we literally got a bin and we're going about, I don't know, 5 yards back or just a bit further, trying to chip the ball in and doing different things. Like my dad got MS, so obviously like it's hard for his legs. So instead of doing that, throwing it in backwards and just different stuff using your left hand. Obviously I'm dominant with my right, and just switch it. It's like a competitive element, but with your family. And if you've got kids or children with disabilities or anything like that, you can still include, like, you can make it inclusive to anyone.
Yeah, it depends on the ages and abilities, and we've had to do that when working at the college, adapt to certain sports. And I'm sure if there's anyone that's watching this, maybe if you do have questions on how to adapt certain exercises or sports, they might be able to comment underneath, or they can comment underneath, and we'll get back to them about that. That's really helpful.
Like my mum's 46 and she's never picked up a ball in her life. Yesterday she got it in before me, and I'm a footballer.
Oh, so really?
Even at 46 you can still get involved.
I should have hired your mum.
I know. Do you know what? She's a really good boxer.
Oh yeah, you told me that actually. Okay, so
really good.
We've just got last few minutes now.
Yeah.
I want you to tell me about your project and who you're going to target. So obviously after COVID-19, I'm sure you're putting things in place now, but what are you planning to do with your project? Who are you targeting, and what are the benefits from it?
So like I touched on at the beginning with the business, which is the name is Positive Impact Sports. So I come up with that name because sports can be impacted in a positive way. There's many benefits to it. Mental health, it's fun, it targets health and well-being, it keeps you occupied in a fun environment, and you can interact with new people or your friends. The aim of my business is to increase participation in sport. I want to increase people to get into sport at any age. So I want to deliver fun. Like, I do emphasize fun because sometimes some sports sessions aren't fun. They're dull, they're boring. I want to make sure that they're fun, the positive, educational sessions. So they come into the session not knowing something, but they leave the session with some educational knowledge. Obviously, I want to promote health and well-being around Rotherham. Rotherham is a deprived area, so I do want to get it up and obviously promoting different club links, academies, promoting sport values as well. So just sporting values like respecting others, helping people, improving people's confidence, being polite, shaking the hands and stuff like that. At the moment, you can't do that with COVID-19, but obviously one thing. But also adopting like the four-corner model, so technical, physical, psychological and social skills. So that being at a low age. So I'll be targeting primary schools, secondary schools, and also we'll be finding our own base. So that will be a community outlet, so that can be from any ages up into elderly, getting them back into exercise. That could be like walking football, it could be walking netball, it could be just socialising, going on a nice walk. All in that, obviously we will be applying for funding and stuff like that. There will be mini projects within my business. So my brother is a boxer and he wants to target getting people back into boxing. Boxing's one of them kind of sports what it's good for discipline. So if you've got children with behavioural issues, or they might have gone down a wrong path and you want to bring them back, if they're already into boxing but you want them to get into a higher level, maybe elite level and stuff like that, he's got the knowledge and the contacts to put them through. So that's why we need a base to actually be like, right, this is where you come. Because at the moment it's a bit up in the air obviously when people are asking or what type of sessions you're going to do, it's a bit like this is our planning stage, which we have been able to do in this time frame.
I guess with the COVID-19 as well, it's quite good that you can sit back and put this in place. What I would like to do is I will put the Instagram names and all your social media links below. And then if people, let's just say parents, do you want to find out more about that, or even potential, you know, people who can help fund or might have ideas on that, I can put all your links below, and then we might even catch up on this as well. Is like a rather than focusing on students and participation in sports and activity, we might do like a follow-up on how your business is going as well, because I think that is, you know, it's a great way to bring education to the physical activity and put them together, because you're a teacher, you also work in sports development, and I think that from knowing you, I believe that you'll do really well at that, and I've seen you coach obviously, and I think that it'll be really interesting to see how that goes and to hear your successes once you do get that up and running. But we are going to have to cut it here. Is there anything that maybe you do want to add to this? I think we've covered quite a lot, and hopefully someone might have this on, you know, in the headphones whilst they're going on a nice walk, kicking walls at neighbours, balls at neighbours' walls. Sorry, don't do
that. Just obviously keep safe. Obviously focus on what you're doing, get that hours of exercise in. Even whatever you feel like, just go out for a walk. If you're not normally physically active, just go for a walk, put your headphones in, listen to some music, and then progress it from there. Do some home workouts, look on videos, be creative, get little tasks going, but most of all, look after your mental health, because being at home 24/7, it's a bit daunting, but just get active.
Yeah, I think even with the tasks that you just mentioned, you know, being at home like all morning, possibly whilst you were waiting for me, I was actually putting together a desk, which I won't show you because it is upside down and not complete. But let's just say the drill has been my best friend. I'm addicted to using this drill, honestly. But yeah, things like that help burn calories.
Things like decorating, it's still physical exercise. Moving the motion and stuff like that. It's like picking up a weight and going like that instead of you painting, you're decorating. So it's the same movement.
Yeah. Maybe a heavy, with the people that may be watching from my social media pages, I don't know whether their paintbrush will be sufficient enough for this. Maybe like an isometric hold for like 12 minutes. I'm not sure. I'm hoping that this will appeal to people of all different stages of their like journey, whether it's the contemplating getting active to the elite side of sport or exercise, or, you know, participation in fitness, whether it's bodybuilding, powerlifting, people that may be watching on my pages. I just want to say, because I do want to cover that participation side, gardening, housework, going for walks, you know, these are all things, and if anyone does have any questions, please put them below. We'd be happy to help, happy to offer advice. We've probably, you know, it was planned and we have kind of gone with the flow, and covered
and off on a tangent.
Yeah, we can go on many tangents, definitely, possibly for the next one, but hopefully we've covered quite a lot of things. And if you do want to maybe go into more depth, ask a question, we'd be happy to help. But I just want to say thank you for listening or watching, and thank you for being on the podcast or vlog. I don't know what it's actually called, vlog, video blog. But thanks for being on the first episode, Leah.
I'm going to do a workout now.
Oh, really? Wallies. Right, thanks for being on, and I'm going to press stop. Thank you very much.
No, it's all right.